Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur? What the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm garbage when I rap a bar. Every line is a blacker star. I'm master far cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a boom cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dumb?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Oreo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carry no scandal, I ain't scary, I am a Harry Tuck with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to Wop and Queen of Zinga, Nefertiti and Queen Amina, Hatshepsut and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, Pete State. Winnie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better Shabazz, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might set this shit gon' happen. I'm more shoe, come bless the altar. I'm Nivea, I bless Walter. I'm all Olakuna, I drop my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Serious beat to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse for stars. Show now.
And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you as dumb as you are right now?
When the sun is eclipsed, I will unleash the Kraken.
Do you know what the Kraken is? The Kraken is the end of us. A colossal elemental beast. It doesn't think, it doesn't feel. Even the gods fear it. Release the Kraken!
When you know that your people are God, you do what it takes to defend them. Get at whoever's against them, and don't hesitate to avenge them. When you know that your people are God, you thankful that you in their likeness. Ain't no more worshiping whiteness, ain't killing your enemies righteous. When you know that your people are God, you do what it takes to defend them. Get at whoever's against them, and don't hesitate to avenge them. When you know that your people are God, you thankful that you in their likeness. Ain't no more worshiping whiteness, ain't killing your enemies righteous. When you know that your people are God, come on, you know that they only on top cause we left. When we wake up, we gon' get them and put them back where our ancestors should have left them. Yeah, I said elf them, but y'all gon' protect them. If it's between them and God, you select them. Worship they idols, your spirit erect them. They killing our people, why can't you reject them? The Bible's corrupt, the Quran is corrupt. As long as they use them to subjugate us. If the religion not picking us up, then put the book down and don't pick it back up. We gods, the scriptures are you. We already did everything that they do. Africans wrote everything that they read. Our ancestors bled but will never be dead. You know that your people are God. When you can survive up my alpha, become educators and doctors. The enemy's mad cause he's not us. You know that your people are God. When after racism and lynching. You packing 1,000 inventions. Y'all niggas ain't paying attention. Or you know that your people are God. This is our land. We was everywhere before anybody else was anywhere. We're the makers, the owners. Mankind is made in our image.
You know that your people are God. When after the savages take us, kidnap and murder and rape us, enslave us and still cannot break us. You know that your people are God. Whenever I step to my altar, the ancestors take what I offer and watch all my enemies falter. You know that your people are God. When after the savages take us, kidnap and murder and rape us, enslave us and still cannot break us. You know that your people are God. Whenever I step to my altar, the ancestors take what I offer and watch all my enemies falter. You know that your people are God. Who on this planet can stop a black woman? Chase my seeds, you better take heed. When we wake up, all my enemies bleed. I'm a new African, whitey can't stop. Bucky can't steal and Heather can't block. Let's make it clear like a shot of Ciroc. I'ma get free while y'all wait on Barack. We gods. When we don't vote, we got when they got us chained up on the boat. We got in the pen, we got in the bricks. There's nothing wrong with us that we cannot fix. Don't know your power, you can't see the light. This is your hour, you ready to fight? A mother, a sister, a warrior, wife. I know I'm a god, put that on my life. You know that your people are gods. When they infect you with the virus, you still having babies despite this. Can't help it, the whole woman's lifeless. You know that your people are gods. When they infect you with the virus, you still having babies despite this. Can't help it, the whole woman's lifeless. You know that your people are gods.
Speak through me, ancestors. Speak through me. Jimmy Kato was an African warrior who refused to be a slave. Back then, enslaved Africans knew who they were, and they did everything they needed to do. Ran to the hills, burned the house down, anything they had to do to not believe that they were slaves. I pretend to be a Catholic, but Ifa is what I practice. If we truly share the God, then why would they attack us? My captors speak Portuguese, I understand the language. I vow to never speak it, cause it represents my anguish. Months on the slave ship, weeks on an island, still haven't broke the warrior spirit I'm disguising. My people call me J-May, others call me Kato. They call the river Stono. They say that if you follow, that you could find the Huru, the end of all your sorrow. A whisper in my ear,
We burn Massa House tomorrow.
Congo yetu, yumbane kwa, roho zetu, nili pikana kume, kwa uhuru wetu.
Asante, my descendants, will you make my spirit welcome? The spear was my tool, but my culture was my weapon. Please repeat my story, cause I will not live to tell one. I achieved my glory when I heard them yell rebellion. Asante, my descendants, will you make my spirit welcome? The gun was my tool, but my culture was my weapon. Please repeat my story, cause I will not live to tell one. I achieved my glory when I heard them yell rebellion.
For us, freedom was 200 miles away. At Fort Mose, we just got across the bay. When at night, forcing the fight, where they lay, the fright, knowing they might not see the day. We were strong, some of our own we had to slay. They were wrong, spiritually gone and led us straight. I want my throne, this was never my home. That's far away, I'm not alone. Spread out the bones and got our shade at the dock. They tell us to stop, we face to face if we escape. I know they too scared to give a chase. I put chemo in the ground, feel blood go down my face. Cold water, swim daughter, try to keep the pace.
Asante, my descendants, will you make my spirit welcome? The spear was my tool, but my culture was my weapon. Please repeat my story, cause I will not live to tell one. I achieved my glory when I heard them yell rebellion. Asante, my descendants, will you make my spirit welcome? The gun was my tool, but my culture was my weapon. Please repeat my story, cause I will not live to tell one. I achieved my glory when I heard them yell rebellion. Rebellion.
The Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teachers to the students. It's a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. and like everybody's pretty much saying it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment in that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Hoover Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed, just like how Amani said. I've been able to, sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all have taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history.
I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught, the only black people they talked about at my other schools were Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Welcome to He Say, She Say, where we take what she say, then what he say, and try to figure out what we say. Cause black love is black power. He Say, She Say with Amin and Nkoyo is brought to you by the Uhuru Academy. Let's go.
Black F-A-M-I-L-Y. Can't nobody stop us when we all held high. So go Baba, go Watoto, go yay yay, it's your Earth Day. Black F-A-M-I-L-Y.
Oh, and we're back.
What's up, family?
Peace and power, y'all. I'm Amin.
I'm Mama Nkoyo.
You know what I'm saying? This is He Say.
She say.
You know what I'm saying? With Amin and Nkoyo Binah. You know what I'm saying? And this is our podcast. This is our show where we come on and we have intelligent yet relaxed dialogue about trending topics and what's going on today. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say peace to the family out there. Everybody that's watching right now. Everybody that's going to catch the replay. We're going to do, man, we've been getting calls, emails, messages. When is He Say, She Say coming back? Why y'all not doing He Say, She Say? Why is it not going down? I promise y'all, we not fighting.
We just working.
Yeah, we just working. You know what I'm saying? I promise y'all that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We of course, you know, the Uhuru Academy, finishing our 15th year. You know what I'm saying? You know,
woo, woo.
Yeah,
sorry,
it was delayed.
Sorry, delayed, but
oh, shoot.
Watching us.
Yeah, us watching us. Yes, you know the Uhuru Academy. You know what I'm saying? Finishing our 15th year as an independent African-centered school. Well, we're more than a school now because we consult, we train, whole 9 yards.
We're an institution or organization.
Right. So it hasn't been easy. It's been a journey. You know what I'm saying?
We're working it out.
Yeah. It's been a journey. You know what I'm saying? But I'm proud to be on it, especially with this woman right here. You know, and so we celebrating that, right? So a lot going on. You know, of course, our 3 youngest children. You know,
keep us busy.
Very,
keep us young.
Very. Well, it keeps you young. It aging the heck out of me. Look, what y'all doing when you come away with youth? You know what I'm saying? But no. So, you know, having a family is a beautiful thing. You know, we had 2 sets of children. Our older children are now adults, but we got our 3 youngest that are still here. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to our youngest, Usawa. Did a great job in the state gymnastics competition, her first year in gymnastics. And
Gymnast.
Yeah, doing her thing.
USA
And
Gymnast.
it's cool because Usawa, her name literally means balance.
Balance.
So she's living out her name. You know
Yes,
what I'm
she
saying?
is.
So that's dope. And y'all hit me up in the chat. Make sure you can hear me okay, or if I'm too loud or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of let us know, and you know, we can definitely adjust. You know, I'm producing and hosting at the same time. We're using a new software. This is not StreamYard. You know what I'm saying? We're using a new software. It's not a black-owned business, so I ain't gonna plug them. But we're using a new software that's off the chain. If you have a black-owned business and you are in the thing, make sure you put your links in the chat. All right, whether it's the live stream or the replay, put your links in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And so we can support you. Look, if we can't spread the dollar if we don't spread the word. You know what I'm saying? So don't be ashamed. You know, if you got a business, put it in the chat. All right. So we can support you. All right. You ain't got to pay us for it. But you can sponsor. You can become a sponsor of He Say, She Say. You know what I'm saying? You can become a sponsor. You should. You know what I'm saying? Because as we grow this thing, and we're going to grow it. Now, y'all, we've had thousands of listeners, right? Without marketing. Yes. What happens when we actually market this thing and really push it out there? Your brand becoming a part of it can help us do that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those opportunities are coming as well, family. You know what I'm saying? So how you feeling, Mama Nkoyo?
I am good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Came from the Sweet Potato Festival, chilling in the
Sweet
sun.
Potato Festival. Never in my life.
Never ever.
Did I think I would be living somewhere that has a thing called Sweet Potato Festival.
Yes.
Not only that, never in my life did I think I would want to go to a Sweet Potato Festival. You know what I'm saying? I got my Mufasa voice.
I mean, his Mufasa voice is like, whoa.
You
That's
know,
why it's good to be on land. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Y'all see we outside on the porch doing our thing. Outside, beautiful night in the country.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what's
lights
up.
on.
Like, you got the lights. You did your thing out here.
You know,
You really decorated the porch really good. You know what I'm saying? You did your thing out here, man. I'm chilling right now. But yeah, never did I think that I would be somewhere where I would want to go to a thing called the Sweet Potato Festival. But we went to the Sweet Potato Festival. It's our third year in a row going to the Sweet Potato Festival. We don't miss the Sweet Potato Festival.
We do not.
You know what I'm saying?
The babies have a great time. It's really a time for us to just sit and chill and people watch and interact with people, commune with people, talk to them, meet them, and just have a good time. You know, I mean, you BYOB of everything. Bring your own seats. You bring your own ice. Bring your own drink. Your own food. But they have food. They have
plenty of food trucks out there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I was telling somebody out there, you know, coming from where we from in Texas, for where we're from in particular, DFW, we don't have a lot of events. Period.
You have to make
let alone an event where you got black-owned vendors doing a thing on a regular basis.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
Many black people out, you know, selling their product, their passion. You know, they're we're doing business. It's the marketplace.
Right.
It's the marketplace. And then our children are able to just be free. You don't have, you know, you're in a good spot where you watch them, you see them, but you know, they're able to just commune with other black children and just having a good time, learning how to be a part of a community, learning how to be a part of society, learning how to deal with one another. And it's just beautiful, man. I mean, good music. You know, Christian, little blues.
Well, today I think the Sweet Potato Fest is always gospel.
They're good in gospel.
Yeah, they always gospel. I ain't gonna lie, like, y'all. We don't even sit in the front of the gospel part. Not that we sinners, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, even because we're from DFW, the gospel music is different.
It's a little different out here. It's that old time religion. It's kind of like that out here. You know what I'm saying? Which y'all sneeze. Uh-oh. She's back. All right then. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm not going nowhere, y'all.
Right. So no, man, it's different, but it's cool. It's beautiful, you know. But we like to be back where the young people are, the food trucks, find us some shade, just chill. You know, they got the barbecue fest coming up next week. You know
I'm
what I'm
gonna be
saying?
there in Eastover.
In Eastover, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that as well. It's always something going on with us out here in this part of the country.
Yeah, I love
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
I love
And
it.
so yeah, y'all. It may be some spoilers tonight when we talk about sinners. We saying we're gonna try to be disciplined,
We're
not
gonna
spoil it that much.
we are
But
going
if
to
we
do our
really,
best.
So yeah. I
We're gonna
don't
try
know
to just
how
talk
to
about the
not spoil it.
principles and the
Okay,
symbolism and
okay,
things of
kind of
that
what we
nature.
saw. All right, cool.
We may give y'all one of our favorite. We're gonna definitely do that. Our
Yeah. It's
favorite
gonna be
scene.
some stuff. It's
Gonna
gonna be
be
some
that, and it
stuff.
may be one other, but we're gonna try. We're
Yeah,
gonna do our
yeah,
very best
yeah. We're gonna do our
to just stick to the
right,
principles.
But if not, you can definitely catch the replay. You know, you
Absolutely.
can definitely catch the replay if you say, "Man, I don't want to hear nothing about the movie until I go see it." Then you definitely can catch. You know what I'm saying? Catch the replay. You know, and so yeah. But share this link out, this live out. You never know who want to jump on and chill and talk a little bit. And even as we get to the conversation, you know, we'll put a link to bring you into the video.
Please
If you
come
want
into
to
the
jump
conversation.
in, we'll put a link. Anybody
Because
want to jump in?
I need somebody to help me set him straight, because there'll be times where he's gonna think that what he saw is what it is, and I just need, I might need a little help sometimes. So I'm just saying,
That's
come
a
please
trip,
join us.
right? Because that person don't exist. I'm still looking the world over for that person that can set me straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm still. So,
Anyway, as I
have you
tilt my
seen
hat,
them?
sir, I'm gonna tilt my
Tell me,
hat.
have you seen them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Say,
So
sir.
I'm looking for that person. So if you're froggy, jump. All right. If I say something, you like, nah, Bob, I ain't with that. Look, if you're feeling froggy, go ahead and jump, because we're going to talk about sinners tonight. You know what I'm saying? And before I do that, babe, I do want to give a quick shout out to the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest coming up. You know, I just talked about the Sweet Potato Festival, just mentioned the barbecue festival. You know what I'm saying? But our family is engaged with the Juneteenth, the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest. Shout out to the whole team, y'all. Week of Juneteenth, throughout that weekend, I'm gonna be bringing you all type of events that we have going on throughout the week. But that week is gonna culminate with the first ever Juneteenth 3-on-3 basketball tournament. You know what I'm saying? We are partnering with Legacy Sports Entertainment, and that's jumping off on that Friday. And the theme is youth empowerment. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking forward to that. And then on the 21st, that Saturday, we have the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Fest and Parade downtown Columbia. Y'all, we just celebrating us. Come out. There's going to be black vendors from all over, food trucks from all over. You know what I'm saying? The parade is always off the chains. The car clubs come out. Last year, we had gaming buses. You know what I'm saying?
You got the drill teams.
Drill teams come out. The high school bands come out. You know, people come out. People are lining the streets downtown, right? And this year, the parade is going to lead right into the festival, right? And then that festival is going to jump off, and you're going to have some local talent doing their thing. We're having the Youth Leadership Awards, and then everything's going to culminate with national recording artists, Cut Close, Changing Faces.
Old school. Come on.
Got Surface.
Come on.
Only you can make me happy. You gotta be blackity black to know about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got Surface coming. We're excited about that. Shout out to Juneteenth Jamal, Tina. Shout out to Kiwan. Shout out to Bobby Rataski. You know what I'm saying? The whole team with South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Festival. And shout out to myself as board president. Proud to be board president of the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Festival. You know what I'm saying?
If you are in the area, you do not want to miss.
Yes.
We got family coming from all over. We got Texas family coming in.
Texas family coming in,
because,
y'all.
Again, let me just state this. While we're talking about Juneteenth, June, I get March 29th, one day, my Earth Day. I got to share Mother's Day with my oldest daughter, Brittany. And then Aries is shared with my daughters, Zuzu and Usawa.
We got 3 Aries.
I don't get a lot of time. My anniversary shared with the work that I do, with the healing retreats. So I don't get my time. I take my time throughout the year.
You take your time throughout the
that's
year.
because I have to.
But
Juneteenth, the month of June, we got this brother and My favorite sister-in-law, Stacy, they share Earth Day, June 18th. He got
Yeah,
June
June
18th for
18th.
his
That's
birthday.
my Earth
He
Strong.
got
Yep.
Father's Day. Then you got Juneteenth.
Father's Day, then
The,
Juneteenth. Ooh,
they,
that's my week, y'all.
I mean, just
That's my
woo.
week.
And people come out.
Yeah.
People come out.
Yeah.
We have a great time, and we invite you out as well. If you're in
That's
the
right.
area, if you just need something to do, come out, visit us, and we got you. You would not be disappointed. I promise you.
Yeah.
I promise you. Like we tell our children online, baby, we're very engaged and very interactive. So come on, y'all gonna have a great time. Y'all gonna be like, okay, I need to go back to my space, my room. I'm tired. Y'all wearing me out, but it's gonna be a great time. And then we got an announcement for later on, something too funny, a little something that we bring it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So you definitely, if you not in the area, if you family, right? If you just want to be around something positive, black, strong, powerful, you definitely want to come celebrate with us Juneteenth week. I say.
Do it, I say.
That's what I'm talking about. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? How I be rocking, man. I got the 2 camera setup going.
Right, and I'm trying to keep her. Hey,
look at that. Yeah. Boom. I got the 2 camera setup going. You know what I'm saying, bro? Getting this produce on. I'm producing. You know what I'm saying? I'm producing. You know what I'm saying? I'm producing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can hire me as a producer, but I'm expensive.
Yeah, because it's time is very.
Yeah, because the time. Yeah, but we looking for a producer too.
Yes, we are. Please.
Yeah, we looking for somebody to come in and produce. He say, she say. Produce the Wild Warrior Women. Produce the Bill with Amin. We just looking for a Uhuru Academy Media podcast producer, but you got to be proficient. You know what I'm saying?
If you a night owl, you have a good time, a good laugh, talk some mess. Come hit us up and come produce for us. Get you a good laugh. Get just chill time.
Right. We
learn
chilling.
some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get to interact with, go back and forth.
Right. So if you know somebody, especially a young person, you know what I'm saying? Especially a young person, that want to get down and get some experience. You know what I'm saying? Holla at us. All right. So what everybody been talking about, right? Film that's out right now that's taking the community by storm. A lot of folks are checking it out, getting a lot of great reviews about it. We went to see it twice. You know what I'm saying?
And ready to see it again.
A lot of symbolism in this film. Just a great black film by a great black filmmaker, Ryan Coogler.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Brother out of Oakland.
Yeah, out of Oakland. You know what I'm saying? Navigating Hollywood, you know what I'm saying, but doing a great job, probably the best job since Spike Lee to produce black films, you know what I'm saying, that have strong messages in them for black people, you know what I'm saying, and so shout out to Ryan Coogler. The movie, of course, is called Sinners, right, and
got another fellow West Coaster, Michael B. Jordan in there, you know what I'm saying. This is their 5th project that they teamed up on, so they believe in each other and trust each other so much. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people calling them the modern day Denzel and Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? The modern day Denzel and Spike Lee team up. You know what I'm saying? And no, that's not a bad call at all. You know what I'm saying? And so that's cool that this generation is getting that. You know what I'm saying? Is getting that. The weird part is that it's like one per generation.
I mean, that's not weird. Why is it weird?
Well, it's weird because there's so many great black filmmakers out there with powerful stories and narratives to tell. Sometimes we think that we don't see it because it's not being made. But it is. These stories are being made.
Yes, they are.
They are being told. Yes, but you have to get a movie financed.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And distributed if you're going the Hollywood route. But so shout out to all the black independent filmmakers out there.
Absolutely.
Before we even go into this, my brother Gerard, we were involved with a historic independent film. So shout out to Mosiah the movie. You know what I'm saying? The first ever narrative film about the life of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Y'all look up Mosiah the movie, MOSIAH. The movie, you know what I'm saying? And it's streaming actually on Amazon.
Dope. Go to Amazon. If y'all Prime members, you should have it streaming.
You know what I'm saying? So go check out Mosiah the movie, and don't only go check it out. right? Don't only go check it out. Leave a 5-star rating on it.
Right.
Right. Do a rating on the movie.
Right.
Do an opinion on the film. Because the goal is to turn this film into an adaptive series. Right.
Yes.
So go and make sure you watch Mosiah the movie. 100% independent. And when you watch it, make sure you watch the credits.
Why?
But it's just so important that they read the part that says consultant. Baba Amin Ojuo. That's right there. That's right there
Ojo
in the credits. Right. Do not turn off the movie
until you watch that.
Credit. That's better than a Marvel comic post-credit scene.
That part.
You know, you get to see my name,
his name,
in the credits as a consultant. Our name, Ojuo, in the credits as a consultant on the first ever narrative film about Marcus Mosiah Garvey. So before we talk about sinners, well, thank you. I give thanks. It was very important. It's very important. I had to really talk in detail about Garvey and make sure they capture the spirit of Garvey in the film. And I believe they did it. They did a great job. So y'all make sure you go check out Mosiah the movie. All right. Now let's get to sinners, baby. I have to plug something independent. Right. Well, and speaking of independence, before we even get into sinners, Ryan Coogler's deal on this film.
Oh, yeah, talk about it.
The business that he did on the film, you know what I'm saying, is impressive. It's not necessarily unprecedented, but it's a milestone that, from my understanding, only like older established Francis Ford Coppola's and these type of filmmakers actually get, right? He actually gets a percentage of the gross ticket sales on this film.
Come on. That's major.
Right?
That's
great. So which is cool because you know how we are. It's like we're going to see the black film, but we're at the white-owned theaters.
Yeah.
You know, but in this one,
a lot of our dollars are going to him so that he can make more films like this.
Right. You know, and get much deserved revenue for all the work that he's done. This is the first film he's ever gotten residuals off the tickets for, right?
And he get it for like 25 years?
No, the 25, no, he gets this into perpetuity, but the 25-year thing is within 25 years, the film is 100% his.
That's dope.
He gets the masters. It's his intellectual property after 25 years. Y'all might be like, man, that's a long ass time, but you don't understand. Intellectual property goes into perpetuity. How many old movies do y'all watch?
That's true.
How many old movies do y'all watch? Every time you stream one, buy one, somebody gets paid.
That's right.
Right? So that is huge. A lot of our artists sell the rights to their intellectual property. A lot of times when you listen to a commercial and all of a sudden Earth, Wind and Fire play, but it ain't Earth, Wind and Fire, you know, but it's a mayonnaise commercial. You know, we're getting mayonnaise tonight. You know, all that. Somebody licensed them to use that. And whoever owns that gets what? Gets paid. A lot of artists don't own their music. And so when it's played like that, they don't get paid.
I'm loving it. It feels so good to me. It's like a feel-good feeling.
Yeah.
To be able to witness that and be able to see us being able to collaborate, use our platform, and we're talking about our stories.
Right.
We're framing our stories and it's on a major motion picture. It's out there and we're fighting for what we deserve. Not even for rights, for equality, but this is my worth. And they're fighting and they're winning. You know what I'm saying? I love to see that and feel that. You don't get that. You get it maybe once every generation you do. So every generation gets that feeling some, you know, but I enjoy being able to witness that and have that real good feeling. It's kind of like people felt when, you know, when Obama was running.
Except this is real.
This is real. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Like Obama was a feeling, but not a reality. When it comes to Black freedom,
it was nothing. No residuals.
Yeah. It really wasn't a step up for us collectively. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But with this, with him doing business this way and it coming out
Yes.
so people
Right.
can kind of understand
Mm-hmm.
that, that's really cool because a lot of creatives are creatives and
Right.
don't really understand the business side
Right.
of things. They're not understanding the intellectual property side.
Or I think you're right. Definitely understanding, but I think not even having the desire to, because
Right.
they're creatives,
Right.
and
Right.
that's why when we collaborate, Ryan is the business, Michael B. Jordan is the creative. I mean, and
Well, Ryan is,
both of them
yeah,
are.
I'm going to say
But
Kugler is the creator, is
I'm
a
just
creative
saying,
too.
it's a everybody has their part to play to where they know that they've developed a bond to where they can be able to know that we're looking out for each other. Our goal is it's the same thing, or the main purpose is just to get that knowledge out there, to get this imagery out there, to
Right.
just get our creativity out there.
Right,
You know
I
what I'm
say,
saying?
and it's a negotiation. So they got good lawyers, good
Yeah,
team,
yeah,
the people that we don't see
yeah,
behind the scenes. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Evidently, he's
yeah,
put together a good team. And they
yeah.
went and negotiated with them
And
folks
got
and got
I'm
ownership in this
loving
film,
it. I'm
and
loving
that's
it.
cool.
And
You
that's what
know,
makes
and
this film so much better. So
right,
much more
right, and he's
spectacular.
relatively young. In 25 years, he'll be in his 50s. So you know, he'll be
Still
enjoying it. Yeah,
young
and
and be
it'll
able
be
to
100%
enjoy
his film.
it.
And this film is good enough to say
It's
this gonna
gonna
be
be
one. This gonna
watched.
be one of them ones that black
Yes.
folks gonna
It's gonna be
watch,
like the
that
black
people are gonna
exploitation
watch.
films we
Right,
watch,
right.
you
Or the
know.
Five Heartbeats,
Or the
or
Five
you know what I'm
Heartbeats.
saying? Like there's some regular black movies
Or the
that
Friday
all
the
black.
13th.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about on the
Because
black
that's a
side of
ritual. I'm
things.
just saying it's a
Yeah,
ritual. It's a movie that's gonna be watched in that oh okay, I see what you it's
yeah, yeah,
Temptation.
yeah. The
You
black
know.
movies that's every black
Friday.
family gonna, yeah, Friday. You know what I'm saying? Sinners,
Crooklyn.
yeah, Crooklyn, like
Yeah, Sinner's gonna be in there.
Sinners is gonna be in there.
That's
You know what
dope.
I'm saying?
That's
And
dope.
that's dope. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
That's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So on to the movie itself. Just kind of give us your feelings, and peace to
No,
Barbara
you.
Rutaski.
Hey, Baba,
Do you,
you go
mhm.
first, because it calms me down. I'm gonna be able to gather my thoughts. 'Cause, I'm gonna try to go from the
Yeah,
beginning
yeah,
to the end, and I need that
yeah.
guidance. So,
Was you hyped to see it? Like,
oh my
was you
I was hyped
anticipating
to
going to see
see
it?
it the
Because
first time, and I was definitely hyped to see it the second time.
okay, because I know I was like, man, we going to see that.
The first trailer, so I was like, oh
Yeah,
hell
yeah,
yeah!
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
because I'm a lover of horror or scary movies, and then to go there, I wasn't even disappointed. If I wasn't really into the historical references and all those things and the symbolism, I would have been disappointed because I'm like, it's just like 10-15 minutes of horror.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
y'all. Boop, boop, boop. That's one spoiler.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
that's
already
not
did
it.
it. You
That's
didn't
it.
last. You okay, y'all? Spoiler alert. I
Okay.
can't make no promises. I can't make no promises. If you haven't seen it and you don't want to know about anything that happened in the film, wait for the replay.
Right.
Go watch it, then
Right.
come back and
Save
watch
it.
the replay.
Put it on
And
notification. Watch later.
yeah. Cause we ain't
But
gonna hold up.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna say I am. I'm not gonna speak.
I'm not. I ain't promising
I'm gonna say
nothing.
I'm gonna do my best. Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna
Cool.
honor system.
All right. Cool.
All
But
right.
the our company, the Hoover Academy, is not responsible for any leaks of information to this movie as we speak about it. But
Right.
it's been out a couple of weeks now, and so a lot of people have already seen it.
I didn't like
you
the
know.
IMAX version. I just want to say that. Sorry to cut you off, but I didn't
Why
think
you
it
like
was
the
that
IMAX?
spectacular about that. For me to pay double the price we paid when we first went, I just like.
Yeah, they got us for the standard. Then we went back for the IMAX. But I think we should have did the IMAX first.
Okay.
If we'd have done the IMAX first, then
I might have had
yeah, boom, boom.
because it was just loud and big. That's
It was
all.
bigger
There
and
was
louder.
It was.
You know.
I thought it was going to sparkles was going to fly off the screen.
Now I
and
love
I
the
thought that people were
IMAX.
going to jump. And
Yeah, see that's okay. So your issue was you confused IMAX with 3D. They ain't the same thing.
I did. I'm okay with admitting that. I was thoroughly disappointed because when they was doing a certain scene and them sparkles that fire,
you want them vampires to blow up. You want the ash and the embers to come out and all that. Yeah, you want to stab the vampire and the blood gush out to the screen and all that. Yeah. So you was expecting 3D. No, babe, that's not what IMAX is.
However, IMAX is great for the jump scares. For the times when it was that horror, it was like, oh shit, I forgot.
Yeah.
So
It's great for the jump scares. You know what I'm saying?
However,
the music too and the cinematography. Like, because I'm looking at how the movie was shot.
I absolutely
You know what I'm saying? And the cinematography was beautiful.
Okay, they was talking a lot of technical camera usage. What was I'm like, oh, that's cool. They did something good. I really thought they used their iPhones. I thought that's what they were saying. But I didn't.
I don't think they use their iPhones. Some I don't know if
I'm
iPhones
just
is
saying.
doing IMAX ready film.
Okay,
I
so
don't.
they said some kind of camera. That's what
Yeah, I
I was
haven't
like,
read
okay,
what camera they use. If
yeah,
somebody can Google it right quick and put it in the chat
that would
for
be
us, you know what I'm
cool.
saying? That would be cool.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But it's beautifully shot. Black people beautiful. And that's probably my first impression on the film.
I was
Is
enjoying that
that
too.
black people are
I was
beautiful.
just so in love.
You know what I'm
You know, it
saying?
was just dope.
Even though they open the film with him in the field, in the cotton field, and going into the church,
But the
it was beautiful.
beauty
The
of
colors,
it,
the everything.
because it
Yeah,
put me
yeah,
there.
yeah,
It made me
yeah.
very, it was relatable for me because I'm able to identify it. I felt like I was there with my elders, my ancestors that had to do, that endured that. So it's like,
Hmm.
that's what makes, when a movie does that,
Right,
is doing its
right, right. It
job.
draws you right in.
It draws you right in.
It draws you right in. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a woe is me picking cotton scene.
No,
And
it
and,
was
and
just
that's
like,
what I like too.
this is life.
This is life.
This is
This
what it
is
is.
life.
And
Yeah, because it focused more on the culture in the Delta.
hmm
You know what I'm saying?
right on the situation.
Right. It wasn't an after
Yes.
school anti cotton picking
Right, no,
after school
and that's
special.
what I love.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
It
because
was
we have to remind ourselves that our people, again, they still had
yeah,
to live life during those experiences.
right,
So they still found the joy and the peace and the happiness in those pockets of that. We have to understand we fought for that, and so life was still happening.
right.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. They were
Okay, yeah,
still
yeah,
laying down and enjoying
yeah.
each other.
Of course, absolutely. You ain't nothing gonna stop black folk from screwing. Shit, we gonna make some babies. I
You know
don't
what I'm
know what's
saying?
going on.
So
I think the
that
dinosaurs was dying and black
thank
folks was
you.
back in the
See, but
hills making.
we gotta understand.
We gonna be here. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Kendra said, we gonna be all
We
right.
gonna be all right. You know what I'm
We have to.
saying?
So
Yeah.
that's what it reminded me. It was just like
Yeah.
I was sitting up watching a good home movie, a video
Right.
recording of
Right.
my,
Right.
just some good. I'm like,
A
wow.
home movie of people picking cotton.
It can be. I mean, I'm just. Oh my God! See, he just got so literal that quick. He got literal, y'all.
Let me help my home. Oh, that just remind me when we used to share crop in the summer.
Okay, what if
No.
that was
Hey,
life?
my parents did share crop in the summer. I'm just saying they didn't make no home movies about it.
They didn't have home movies material.
I know.
They
I'm just
would
kidding.
have.
They
You know
would
our
have. And you
people.
know what? If we would
They'd have
have,
been
if we'd
shouting
had
at each
phones
other.
back then, we'd have been taking selfies picking cotton. I already know black folks. No, we're gonna look
Ooh, I'm
good.
cute
Yeah, I'm
today.
cute today. You know, you're gonna be that girl putting the cotton in the sack like this. That's how we do. Just like singing, we've been taking selfies. We be
I mean,
doing
why?
TikTok dancing in the middle of picking.
What do you? I mean, it came from the Chain Gang. Speaking of one of the scenes, but we ain't
Yeah,
gonna go too far. But that was rhythmic.
right.
They
Everything
took
we
a
do is
situation
rhythmic.
that was
Yeah,
dire,
yeah,
that
yeah,
was supposed
yeah,
to break them
yeah,
down,
yeah.
and they made it.
Well,
It
you know
was
what?
life.
One could
They gave
say
it
that
energy.
this movie was about the spiritual power
That's what.
of black
Yeah,
music and black cultural
the
expression.
power, the
We want to say
fortitude.
that that's what this movie is really about. It ain't. It's
It
really
is.
not a vampire
No,
movie.
it's energy. It just talks about
Yeah,
our energy,
yeah. I mean,
our
the action.
culture, our
Yeah,
power.
yeah. Now the action is dope.
It's dope.
The action is
But that
off
was
the chain.
second.
Right,
That was
right. The
second
action
to
is
the
off the
other.
chain,
It was
but
second
the
to the story.
overall, the overall message is the power of black culture,
Yeah.
black African spirituality. All of that is in there
Yeah.
and takes center
It
stage
does.
in the
It
coolest way to
does.
me. You know
It
what I'm
does.
saying?
It
And so,
does.
excellent
Okay,
film.
so how we gonna do this?
Well, I mean, what stood out for you?
Okay.
What stood out for
My
you in Sinners?
absolute favorite. Okay, what stood out me or what's my favorite scene? You gotta be specific with Aries.
Well, what stood out for you?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to
What
that.
stood out for me was pretty much like you said, the the energy and the
Hmm.
power of black folk.
Right.
This is a movie that's set in the Mississippi Delta in the
Right.
1920, 1930s or something
1930,
like that.
1932,
And
Clarksdale, Mississippi.
it Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Hmm.
It so the energy that's there, this is about 60 years, 40 years past, emancipation. So black people are really getting trying to work their
about
way
80,
up and getting
about 80 years,
themselves, feeling themselves and getting into society, getting making a living for themselves. And the energy, the fact that there were still sharecroppers, there were still people that were working the same land that their mamas and grandmamas worked, just it's as a job, and then they would have to be able to leave that, put that off, because just think about it now that I'm talking about it now, I'm thinking about that the thoughts that are running through their minds, like I'm still in the same place that my mama, my grandmama was at. What is that? How does that feel? What are they saying to themselves? And then they like, I got to get off. I need to go have my family. I have my business outside of this. I need my business outside of this so I can get some real money.
Try to create some business.
Come on now, because they ain't helping with much. And then being able to relax. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. I remember, these are times where I remember my grandmother having that. I know once, twice a month, she's gonna go to the grocery store. She's gonna get a liquor. Everybody gonna bring their little liquor. That she gonna have all the stuff, the food cooked. They bring the liquor. They bring. I'm 49, so child laws and all labor laws and all that CPS stuff don't matter. She's not here anyway. They can't get it. I'm in.
Are you about to? You don't have to. You really don't have to.
I feel it's part of the story. Everybody can relate.
No problem. I ain't admit no crime my mom them did.
Hey, it ain't a crime. This is all I'm saying. I'm rolling. I'm pouring, mixing drinks. I'm a mixologist. I'm lighting it. So I'm getting a little taste. I'm like, oh, okay. That's how I know I didn't want to smoke cigarettes. I didn't want to do all that. So anyway, the energy of just release and peace. I'm able to be myself. I'm able to be amongst my people. That's what stood out for me. It was just living that, showing everybody living the life that's been given, that's right here. They were in the moment doing what they had to do in order to make it for what they wanted to be, what they desired to be.
Right. And with that, I like how you had a few characters that you know about, that you learn about, but the masses of sharecroppers, they're like one character. You know what I'm saying? Like within itself. You know what I'm saying? And so there's dialogue about what they go through, but it's not overdone. It ain't overdone, and it ain't treated like a sympathy thing. This is just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so how they run the juke joint, and it's like, hey man, we got to take these little coins, take them wooden. He worked hard for that wooden nickel. You got to take that wooden nickel from him. He worked hard all week. You know what I'm saying?
And somebody takes that. We accept that. We understand. There's a system between us.
Right. And so they had their own.
Ooh, I loved it.
Yeah. So it was dope, man. It was really dope. So okay. So what stood out for you, basically, what you're saying, you know what I'm saying, is a depiction of life,
just life.
And highlighting how our people were able to find safe spaces, right? Which is another major theme of this movie. I know it's advertised as a vampire movie, and they do a great job with that.
Yes, they do.
But the overall theme of this movie is freedom.
Yes, it is.
The overall, and that's what stood out for me, is that the overall theme of this movie is uhuru. The overall theme of this movie is freedom, and how we've had to build pockets of freedom. Build safe spaces to exercise freedom, and even exercise freedom in spaces that are not safe. Because they were never safe.
They had to navigate and figure out what world was safe, when was safe.
But they had a plan. They had a very specific plan. They executed that plan, but they were never safe in that plan. From who they bought the place from, lying and you know what I'm saying?
Going to get other people, people deciding, am I going to go do this? Versus the regular what I do, as far as the, how you got old boy from the sharecropper.
Right, but on the safety point, I was just saying, what I'm
stopping. I said I'm gonna work on it. We had a plan. I got
it's okay. But what stood out for me was that was freedom. That the main theme of the film was freedom, and how we have to find pockets of safety for ourselves so we can be ourselves, and what we can accomplish, the energy we build when we feel free, even when we not free. And I love that that was depicted and made obvious in the movie as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. But you mentioned bringing in other characters, like them going to get other people. They had to convince them that it was what? That it was safe.
It was safe. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. They had to convince everybody it was safe, and they were advertising feeling free.
Right.
If not for a few hours, we got a spot where we can be us.
Right.
So I just thought that was dope.
Absolutely. No, I thought.
Yeah, that's what stood out for me.
Am I supposed to leave myself in this microphone? These earphones? I'm just saying I don't hear none of the earphones.
Well, they hear you though,
okay,
because then people would tell you in the chat that they can't hear. So no, you're straight.
The videos, but I didn't hear. I don't remember.
No, you're not supposed to hear. No, and you're not supposed to ask me that while we're rolling. I just want to put that out there.
I mean, how we gonna fix it if I don't?
No,
say
I'm
it
just
right
saying.
there?
It's like if
But
in the middle of center, they, you know, if Sammy would have said, "Okay, am I playing it right? Is this where it's supposed to go?"
That's
Ryan.
why they got takes.
Okay.
Cut.
So, yeah. So there will be a edited version of this live. The restream will not have the portion where Mama Nkoyo asks production questions as we're
sorry
as we're streaming.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying? But no, it was an excellent movie. You know what I'm saying?
Well written, well directed,
very well written. Yeah.
Well scored.
Right.
Cinematography off the chain. Casted well.
Right.
You know,
because I was scared of the music.
Papa King.
Oh. Yeah, I was scared of the music.
You were scared of the music?
I was scared that the music wouldn't be up to par.
Okay.
You know, and what got me traumatized was that horrible Netflix film that came out a few years ago called The Blues Man. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
It wasn't a movie, it was a musical.
Whatever it was, the music sucked. It wasn't no blues in that whole movie. That's it. They were singing. I said, "Oh, these white people wrote all these songs."
Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're right. Oh, and it ended sucked. The ending sucked. Like it was
for us by them.
Yeah. So coming at the centers, I'm like, man, I hope they don't. Then like you know how BET did Soul Train. The Soul Train show that was on BET, and the special guest was Al Green. They'll do that perfect, but then the music that the new people, the character, that wasn't 70s or 60s soul. It was a 80s, 90s pop music.
Right.
You know, they sound like they own Empire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that ain't soul. So I was like, man, I hope they did the research and got the music right. They got the music right. You know. Yeah, the blues sounded like Mississippi Delta blues.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Even with them, the scene. Now this is okay. We ain't got here. This is my only intentional spoiler alert. My most favorite.
Hold up, I got. What's my spoiler alert sound? Okay, spoiler alert. Every time we do spoiler alert, I'm gonna do this. Okay. I'm gonna do this. Spoiler alert.
Gotta warn me. See, we had a production meeting. He didn't tell me about that.
I didn't tell you a whole bunch of shit in the production meeting. We was running late. Go ahead.
Okay. My favorite scene is when they were in the middle of the, when little preacher boy, little Sammy was singing, doing his blues and singing, and they were really in that groove, that it was moving. And then they went to the past and brought in the egungun, which is the Ifa term for the ancestors. They're dressed up in, they have the ancestor garb, the African garbs, and they jumped around. And then they move to somebody that's now or then, and then they moved to a hip hop. They brought the futuristic, the brother with the hip hop, the glasses, and then they went into the kitchen where the sister was popping, pop, 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 with the sisters in the kitchen that was going.
You couldn't describe all of them in the middle because you was ready to get to the pop.
I was ready to get to the pop-pop.
They showed all kind of people before they got to the pop-pops. He skipped over 5 people, but that's okay. That's okay.
We talked about this, so I can use your term.
Yes.
They really did a great job in bringing in the past, the present, and the future of black culture, cultural music, hip hop. They had the blues, that soulful music, that energetic, that music that you put in so much passion and energy. That's what makes that soul.
And the
That's what
uniqueness
makes
about
this
us.
and so what make you and they brought it in, it was seamless. They didn't it was no criticism. So I didn't feel like, oh, I'm ashamed. Why is she over there popping? And they do no, it was beautiful. It was like this is us. This is all of us,
Right.
all encompassing. That's my favorite scene when they brought it. The camera was in on that
Oh
mask,
man, that was
and
dope.
then they did the camera on, and everybody's walking through, and you could just see the energy. And I felt it. I started getting in too. I had to catch myself because I was trancing. I was
Right.
getting, you know how they
Right.
say that the spirit was falling, jumping on
Well,
me.
the cool thing about that scene to me too was how they made it a fusion of musical styles.
Yeah, they did that too.
The blues was the foundation,
But it
but then
was
you show the DJ, he put a little scratch in it. You know, then when it go by the rappers, you hear boop, 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 oh, but in the back of the b-boy, you know, even when it got to the popper, you know what I'm saying? It was some pop music, but the layer was still you're there with the blues, and it showed that that connection, the past, the present, the future, spiritually, it's all the same thing. And y'all, it's so real because look at the world. The world waits for, loves black music. The music that we create, whether it's jazz, whether it's hip hop, whether it's rock and roll, whether it's R&B and soul, whether it's the blues, all
whatever
of
we
these
create.
genres, gospel, all of these genres become global phenomena. All of them, you know, and the lesson in the movie. That's what the movie's talking about. The African griot. They give you this spiritual lesson in the beginning of the film about the African griot and how you have the power to conjure spirits when we get in a certain zone with our music, and the spirits come from the past, the present, the future, but it also attracts evil. Right. But the evil can't enter unless it's invited in. Ooh,
You
it
gotta
is heavy.
watch, and that was one of the things that got was like that. While you're relaxing, while you're putting out your energy, while you're engaging in that, and you just really either releasing aggression, whether you're releasing joy, peace, whatever it is, you have to be very particular and intentional, and you have to protect that energy. Don't give that to just anybody. No, just not just anybody is able to handle that, and they don't deserve it. And be careful of when you're engaged in things that may take you off your square.
That's powerful. That's powerful, and the movie really speaks to that. And I like that what you said, because you have to invite a lot of things that we are engaged in today that's destroying our community. We've invited in, right? To me, integration is an assimilation. That assimilation attitude is an example of inviting it in. You know what? I don't want to talk like me. I want to talk like you. You know what? I don't want to think like me. I want to think like you. I want to dress like you.
Anything to escape this shit that I'm going on now, this horrible, treatment.
Well, you've convinced me. I've been convinced that what I am is less than, you know, and so now here you come. I got an idea. Be like me. I have a formula. Join me. Be a part of my nation. You support my businesses. That sort of thing. And it's like you get turned. Just like a vampire turns you. You get turned. You start dancing a different kind of music. Right. Like, look at how we treat our music. We create it, but we throw the previous generation's music in the trash. That's why I love Southern Soul so much, because it feels like it's young people picking up a classic musical style that we need right now, because we've invited evil into hip hop.
Right. And I think I love that it made us understand that we are an all-encompassing people. That words are powerful. They can be spells, yes. The drums and the music can be enchanting and put you in a trance. But it takes more. It takes that soul, that person that really believes it, and that person that's given it from experience to really give it power. We have to protect that and honor that.
Right, right. We got to protect it, honor it, but we got to know how to recognize it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because,
Absolutely.
because, like you say, there are a lot of artists out here that aren't artists. They're cookie cutters. They're artists that are created by other people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To make money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Companies to
And
make
to
money.
project
Right, right,
an image.
right. You know what I'm saying? But then there's some that just get in their own zone,
Right.
and they're like Tupac.
Right.
You know, Tupac. Well, no one was like Tupac when Tupac was here.
No.
You heard Pac, you heard Pac, and Pac could get in zones on songs the where it makes it transcend. You know what I'm saying? The people he talking to. So he's saying thug life, but for him, it's deeper.
It's deeper.
That, you know what I'm saying?
And
it's
people
political.
felt that
and people
deepness.
felt it. Right.
And that was important. And he's a griot. He was a storyteller. You were there. You put yourself there when he's telling. He was very relatable. He pulled you in.
Right.
That was
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so Pac is like a Sammy. You know, a preacher boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That when he would go, everybody would get in that in synergy together and would conjure up those spirits from the past, from the future, that sort of thing. Everybody's not that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not that. And you know, Richard Pryor's, you know, and people like that who can say things and it just transcends, you know what I'm saying, what people are thinking. But how this world impacts that artist matters. Like in the movie with Sammy, he had the another part of the movie that stand out for me was the moral struggle of Preacher Boy, the young blues singer who wanted to get off the plantation, go play the blues. Got a preacher father saying, no, that's not the way to go. But here are his cousins who are popular and that's in the streets.
It made it look like it worked.
You know,
they made it look like they were popular. Or whatever.
Right. So maybe what looked like it was popular?
His cousins. They made that other life look like it was good because they gone
in
off.
the
They
beginning.
traveled and they were successful. They were well known. So I'm
So
saying
it was
they
attractive.
made it look like it's doable.
Right. And they even gifted him with his guitar.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So you got that. How many young people we got today being pulled from what they family trying to do? You know what I'm saying? Versus what the streets or the community is calling them to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And,
right.
And so it's that struggle is relatable today. You know.
Right.
And I look at a lot of documentaries and I see how. Like a lot of times when our black celebrities, especially back then, like Sam Cooke, all them, they came out of the church. They was going into secular music. It was a big argument about going into secular music. And a lot of times the church's argument was, you giving your soul to the devil. Them people going to destroy you. Come on.
Let's talk about it.
Uh-huh.
Because scripturally, they say that, you know, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, was a fallen angel. When he was as an angel in heaven, his job was music and entertainment and to soothe. So they say that's why he has that energy is so powerful. It could be so enchanting if you don't be intentional and don't know how to use it. Is because it can go to that other side.
Right.
And so they fix it that way, even though I believe, again, it's a duality, it's a balance. It's all about, you can go over to that side, again, when you're feeding those certain vices, those certain things. And when you're keeping that balance with the historical reference and with the passion and with the understanding of why you're doing it. And if it's true, so you keep that balance. But when you're feeding it with the darkness and the woe is me and the da-da-da-da. So it's all
I think the key that you said was balance. The key thing you said was balance. Because when we go back to my art and ancient spiritual systems, balance is the key, right? And so you're going to encounter temptation.
Right.
You're going to encounter that when you're moving in the so-called secular world.
Right.
The thing is, too, those who are in that spiritual world, listening to all the spirituals, right? They still have to engage the secular world in their work. In their workplace, right? And there is music that gives you a spiritual soothing, and there is music that gives you more of a mental and even carnal soothing.
Right. Deals with that lower self.
And it's a delicate balance,
It really
and I
is
think
a
that's
delicate
shown in Sinners, you know, because there's the key thing in Sinners, y'all. when the vampires come, right? We're in the midst of the group and it attracts them. They hear the music.
That energy.
And it attracts them, right? But even when they get there, they can't just come in and start biting people.
They have to. Ooh,
They petition. They even audition.
Yes, they did.
And petition to get in.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? Just like other cultures petition and audition to get in. Look what I can show you. Look what I can give you.
Look how much we're alike.
Look how much I'm trying to identify so I can get in. But once I get in, I'm only getting in to exploit you, to control you, to destroy you. And man, they painted that picture vividly clear. And where for me, what I love, it was empowering.
It wasn't
even because even though some black folks got killed, and they it was empowering to me because all I kept saying was, all you gotta do is not invited in.
That's it.
And you just need an education to help you recognize it when you see it.
Right.
Because only one character had the education to recognize it when they saw it.
Yes.
And had the education to fight it when they got in. That shit was dope to me.
And who was that? And what education did they have?
Right. I don't know. What's the sister's name?
Annie.
Annie was the character name. So the character name is Annie. And I'm going to tell you something. We'll get into that next. But Annie practiced Yoruba.
Yes.
Right. She was a Yoruba priestess,
or AKA hoodoo, as y'all.
A hoodoo lady, a hoodoo lady. You know what I'm saying? And she recognized what was going on.
Yes.
She wasn't sure at first, but she was able to look at it for what it was.
She knew it wasn't right because she called it a hank at first.
Hanks. That's what they call Hanks, a demon, right? A Hank or a zombie or a spirit.
That's a demon. And then the Low Country were. So once she recognized, this is more than a Hank, but and she had to go figure out. She had to throw them bones to see what they say about how to deal with this.
African spirituality throughout the mojo bag.
Yes,
that one of the twins is working. He has a motive of protection. You know what I'm saying? And it's a scene where he's talking to Annie, the hoodoo lady.
Yes.
Like your stuff don't work. And man, I've been all over the world and I've seen this, I've seen that, I ain't seen no magic. And she just looked at him and say, how you know what I've done for you ain't kept you safe through all of that?
You and your brother.
And
he took that bag out and gave it right to him.
Go ahead and replenish that for me.
Refresh.
Don't give me a refill. I'm just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's always been in our culture.
Right.
Even among Christians, especially back then. My mom and the mama told me that they would go to the root woman before they go to the doctor.
That's right.
They would go to the root woman. She said the white folks would go to the root woman.
Yes.
When the doctors, when they couldn't figure it out,
they went to the root folks.
And
that's how they sold a lot of our positions.
Right. And that stuff's been demonized to us because it's also one of the most effective weapons we've had against oppression and against Europeans has been our root sciences.
Yes,
right. And so and so that's heavy in that movie. I've never seen it portrayed like that in a movie before.
And it's authentically appreciative.
Right.
It's like they're paying homage to it. They're saying, "Here you go. I understand you. I feel you. I embrace you. I magnify you." And it's not been done that way in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's giving respect. And not I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, and they didn't overdo it.
No.
You know,
it
ain't no scenes. It ain't no scenes or make it like corny. Ain't no scene where she's saying, this is Yoruba root and this is what I'm doing to do. Because a lot of black movies have them black history moments in the middle of the movie that they just kind of overdo it. I remember when we saw Thurgood, you know what I'm saying? And a horrible movie, by the way, with Chadwick Boseman. I love Chadwick Boseman. That's the worst movie he was ever in. Horrible movie, Thurgood, about Thurgood Marshall. There's a scene when he go and he sit in the club with Zora Neale Hurston and Langston Hughes. And it was just a Black History lesson. It wasn't in the Florida film. And it was a corny one, too. It was a corny one, too. Well, hey, Zora Neale Hurston, who wrote My Eyes Are Watching God, how you doing? Like the dialogue ain't shit. Hi, Langston Hughes, are you in here? I know you gay. Like I gotta
Right.
tell everybody Isaac
Right.
Hughes is gay.
Right.
That's the
Right.
purpose. So it's the whole purpose scene was lesbian Zora, gay Langston. But just to let you know, we had gay black people in the 1920s.
Oh,
And
you
to
gonna get in
me,
trouble.
no, because it wasn't in the flow of the film. That's my criticism. Yeah, no, it wasn't in the flow of the film. We didn't need to know that. So what I'm saying is, when I look at movies like Sinners, I'm always on guard about that.
Absolutely.
They worked in the history, the spirituality, seamlessly as a part of the plot without turning into an after-school special.
Right.
That's what I like about it.
Right.
And
No,
most
absolutely. Stop yourself. How you gonna break fourth wall like this?
you did it first.
I sure did.
You did it first. You tired? Yeah, we done been to we done sweet potato festivals today. The last few days we've been ripping and running and doing our thing. And here she go. Here she go right here. You know what? Why she do that? Why she do that, y'all? Don't knock that no. Oh. Let me tell y'all, we raising some funds right now. We have graduation weekend coming up for the Uhuru Academy. Shout out to Son of Child Farms, black-owned farm in Winston, Georgia, right outside of Atlanta. The Coley family, who are Uhuru Academy parents, they are hosting us at their property that they rent out for weddings and for events. They're hosting us for our graduation weekend, right? It's going to be Friday, June 6th through Sunday, June 8th, right? We're currently raising funds to undergird this event and asking for the community to support. If you'd like to support, y'all, we graduating seniors from all over the country. We're transitioning students from junior high into high school. We're celebrating our online students. For those of you who've been on the journey with us, when I tell you we have some of the brightest young minds in our online program, I'm not playing. And we have some great teachers that are involved with us as well. And we're going to have Friday is school only. School family invitation only, Saturday's invitation only, but Sunday we're going to have community day, right, on June the 8th. We're going to have vendors out there, and I'm going to be out there doing a special workshop, a special teachers training out there, introducing people to the Uhuru Academy model, right? So we definitely want people to come out and take advantage of that. Also, family, shout out to my brother, Bobby Rutaski. We are launching season 2 of the First Majority podcast. We're going to begin this coming Thursday. Will be our first live stream and at 7:30. Be on the lookout for the first Majority podcast as well. Man, we working. We working, all right. But on Thursday, we're going to be talking about the decriminalization of black youth. Our youth have an image problem, and we keep reinforcing it, right? By saying things like all our youth are out here killing each other. That's not the truth. There's nothing wrong with us that what's right with us can't fix. We have been historically criminalized. Our culture's been criminalized. Our image has been criminalized. Me and Baba Rutas are going to talk about solutions. How do we decriminalize black youth? So definitely looking forward to that as well. Also, this coming Tuesday, you're going to catch the replay of the first episode of my podcast called The Build with Baba Amin. We had an amazing first episode. You know what I'm saying? Again, we talked about youth empowerment in that episode, solutions, shared a lot of our story as the Uhuru Academy in that episode. So you definitely want to catch that this coming Tuesday. Check for the post. We'll be putting that out there as well. You know what I'm saying? We working, y'all. We working. We not watching. We working. All right. So that's what that is. All right. And welcome back.
Right on time.
All right. So we're not gonna keep y'all much longer, baby, because we're gonna do this again. And we're going to talk about this film even in more detail as we give people opportunities to watch it. Right. But we wanted to go ahead and let y'all know, number one, yes, check it out.
Go watch
it. But yeah, it's worth it. Right. Number two, give you kind of like the overall message that's going on in the film. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get into specific scenes, the next time that we, that we talk about it. You know what I'm saying? What else would you like to point out tonight?
I think I want to talk about the black man, black woman relationship that was there.
Mm.
There was no, you know, a lot of times in when we have the
Relationship
time
between who in the film? Which characters? Or in general?
black love, yeah, period, in
Okay.
general, how it wasn't we. Oftentimes, in order to, I guess, to smooth it over or to make it palatable or whatever, they do the colorism thing. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
black man and the
You're
light
right.
skinned woman.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't there.
Right.
It wasn't. There was, you had that, but that was that was a minimal. But you had that. The main relationship was
It
a
was
black,
black love.
melanated,
Melanated love.
big,
Yeah.
busted, beautiful
Yes.
woman
Yeah.
and a black man,
Right.
and
Right.
it was real. And I'm not gonna talk about the end scene because I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna do the spoil. I'm gonna wait to that. But I just love how they
So you talk, but you can't
personify.
say it's the dynamic between.
That's what I'm saying.
You just say they names. I was just saying the characters'
From
names.
Annie
Uh-huh.
and Smoke.
Annie and Smoke. Right.
Annie
The
and
dynamic
Smoke
between Annie and Smoke. Y'all
was
be on the lookout
beautiful.
for that. Right.
So when you go watch this, just be ready to enjoy. You're going to. This movie is so dynamic that while I'm in the movie, enjoying the movie, I'm forgetting that I'm learning until I'm like, oh, that's why I had to go back a second time because I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute,
Right.
There's so many lessons because I want to talk about the lesson they got out of this as well. It's not just a destruction and death thing, but the lesson that came out and how it related right on back to the time that was going on in the 1930s. So we're gonna talk about that, but the love of Annie and Smoke was so just it was so it was I don't even know, solid.
Okay, yeah, okay,
It was
cool,
solid.
cool.
That it was like they knew each other and why they loved each other. They may not have fooled with each other from time to time, but they loved each other, so they looked out for each other. There was no shadow of doubt. There was not a question about whether or not I got your back if you ever need me and things like that. And just the intimacy that they had as well. And respecting one another's point of views, respecting one another's ideology, and then they brought it back together and said, "We know we love you." Because when he went to it, she was like, "Well, what you want from me?" After all the little schmooze in it, he's like, "We want somebody to cook, and we want somebody, we want." And it was beautiful.
And again, it wasn't corny.
It wasn't corny at all,
and it was real.
Yeah,
and it was, the powerful thing. For me with that scene or with that dynamic, for me their love was just transcendent. Right. He been gone for 7 years.
Yeah,
and they had an amazing trauma.
Yes, I did.
But that they shared between them. They came into that scene and you had no idea the dynamic of their relationship.
No, at all.
You had no inkling of it. A lot of times a movie will give you tales by showing their face. Like she might do it. And you're like, okay, she like him, right? But that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Or and it
to
was
the point she pulled that blade out on his ass. She said, "Foop."
Right,
I was
like
shit, I thought
instantly,
you like him.
instantly. You can tell though that they grew up together. You could tell they had a deep. They knew each other. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought, okay, this they sister.
I did too.
Because I'm conditioned.
I thought it was
because this a beautiful but heavy set black woman. She can't be his love interest. So my first thought was this they sister.
That's a big sister.
This they sister. They definitely friends. I'm wrong for that.
Yes, you were.
Because how often do you see the buff, handsome leading man with a melanated chocolate sister,
thick sister,
who fine as hell, black fine,
is.
like black folk,
she fine.
Regular black folk fine, not Instagram condition fine, not that bullshit. Regular black folk fine them walking through the apartment, got a little poo, little arms and bust way out there, and you looking at something.
Right.
She can cook and cook.
Come
you
on
know
now.
what I'm saying? And so
why you? I got one question.
What?
Why you holding them headphones like you DJing?
Because they fall.
I mean, but you can't hear nothing anyway, right?
Well, I don't want them to fall. I just don't want. And I feel like a producer like this. I feel when people look at that, they say, "Ooh, Bob probably listening to some over here. Bob probably Baba doing that. Baba probably got the queuing up the music, but
Oh,
you're
I
like,
messed it up.
you're
My
you're
bad.
killing my mystique.
Okay, okay,
I thought I looked cool doing this. I thought it was
okay,
cool. Soon
okay.
Deanna Brown's an MC. I'm trying to impress him, and you messing it up.
My bad.
Yes,
Mm,
but
okay.
their love, I believe we have a love like that.
I say. I
And
agree.
because we go through it,
Mm-hmm.
and there's an underlying understanding
Mm-hmm.
between us that we
We
together
choose it out. We choose it every. We
every
choose it
time,
every time.
and it's seamless,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so
Mm-hmm.
she pulled a blade out on him.
Mm-hmm.
He attacked her spirituality. She
Mm-hmm.
showed him his hypocrisy,
Mm-hmm.
the whole 9 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all love.
All love, because they got busy right after that.
All of it was foreplay.
Foreplay.
All of it was foreplay. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was on.
Yeah.
But they had a deep
Yeah.
love that
Right.
transcended time. You know what I'm saying? Thank
So
you.
they ought to say
Let me
impressed.
put that.
But
That's
y'all
how
know
you get
you
added.
know.
That's
You
how you
ain't
get
put up
added
no
to the
other
broadcast.
messages.
That's how you get added to the broadcast. So that's how
He's
you
easily
support.
bribed,
You
y'all.
know what I'm
He's
saying?
easily
That's
bribed.
yes. Flattery gets you
You
everywhere. I
ain't
tell
want
my students
you ain't
that
want
too.
to put that one,
Huh?
huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty good one too. But this was my favorite one right here. I'm impressed, Baba. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, thank you. We appreciate it, brother. We appreciate it. But yeah, you're gonna love they love.
Yes,
And what I loved
absolutely.
about it too
Mm-hmm.
was, shit, it wasn't no good news. They loving each other through it all.
Oh,
They
come on.
loving
She
each other
taking
from a
it's
distance.
just so much. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
man, you see what I'm saying? And so the
Fake
love,
money
the
and stuff.
aspect of love that count, the shit that y'all would leave your husband for in
Right,
5 minutes.
right.
You understand? They not
Nope.
together physically.
And they're
He's
not
back,
together because of
and
a
they
tragedy, but they
right,
still
right,
have.
right.
It's not irreconcilable. It was still love.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And it goes to show, brothers, too. When you honest with a black woman,
Mhm.
good,
Yes,
bad,
yes. Oh,
ugly, or
yeah.
indifferent, if y'all got love, and brother, if you courageous
Right.
enough to be honest, she ain't
She
going
might.
nowhere.
She might not.
And sister,
She might
same
not.
for you, right? Chances are she might up and leave your ass. But if y'all in that zone,
Right.
she can't leave and call you a liar
That part.
and a
That
coward.
part. And that's what I'm saying.
She
They
can't
had
leave
that.
and call. They
They
can,
had
yeah,
that
they had
understanding.
that. Nobody could call the
Nope.
other one a liar
Nope.
or a coward.
Nope.
Neither one of
Nope.
them. You know,
Nope.
when he say, "Why didn't what you do save such
I
as?"
bet. Yes, it did.
And she didn't try to make an excuse for it. She said,
I
"I
don't
don't know."
know. Come on. Ooh, and that was so. That just took my heart right there.
Man, they had an
Being in
honesty.
the
Yes,
business that I'm
man, they wrote the hell
in,
out this film.
being a maternal work, I was just like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I know.
yeah. They wrote the heck out this film. He
Telling you.
wrote the heck out this. I love the cinematography, the
Yes.
movie, the script, the acting.
Mm-hmm.
Dale Orlando.
That I mean, that dude.
There,
That dude.
I don't want none of them to get
He could
Oscars.
not have not been in there.
Yeah,
It could
yeah,
not have been a
yeah.
great movie without him
But
in
I'm
there.
gonna tell you this, babe. I thought about it because I was saying he should get supporting actor
Okay.
Academy Award. I don't want nobody in this movie getting Academy Award. We need to create our own fucking trophies
Absolutely.
just because of
And
this
hand it out.
for this movie right here,
Mm-hmm.
and encourage others to do it. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
The Oscars do not
They
deserve
don't
this
deserve
story.
that energy
Hollywood don't
again.
deserve this story. I mean, thank you, Hollywood, but no, thank you. They do not deserve
They don't
to
deserve
reward this, to analyze this. And if they do, fine, but we must analyze this film and encourage more to be made. I want Tyler Perry to go and look in the mirror and
Come
say,
on.
okay, I need to stop bullshit.
That part.
Okay, so I can go all the way over to the other side.
Come on.
Yeah, you can go all the way over
Come
to the other
on.
side, Tyler. You ain't got to
Come on.
put in your token white. You ain't got to put in your...
Right.
Because Tyler is the king of colorism.
Yeah. And stereotypes.
Yeah, and yeah, because don't nobody dark skin be good in Tyler Perry movies. Need no more than one person. If they are
One.
good, they good and unlucky.
Are they good and clumsy?
Yeah, good and
Good and
clumsy,
meek.
good and goofy,
You
Mr.
know what I'm
Brown.
saying? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so yeah, man, yeah.
But I could say this though, that not only just go support so that it can be, be phenomenal, be historical, but go watch. This is a documentary of a sort. This is a docudrama. Study it. go realize the symbolisms and the things, and it'll
Right.
help. It'll give you that peace and joy that you're able to
Right.
go on in whatever work. If you're already doing the work, you're gonna identify that, and you're gonna be like, yeah, let me go take. And you are able to spread the news, spread the good gospel,
Right. Right. That's
and you're
cool.
able to,
And I
let
like
you know what I'm
I
saying.
like that you compared it to a docudrama
Hmm.
because it made me think of how amazing it is to me. Because
Hmm.
it's no way does it feel like a
No,
docudrama.
it doesn't
It don't feel like,
at
but
all.
they were able to tell
Hmm.
a historical fiction
Hmm.
with so much reality in it.
Hmm.
You come away
Right,
learning like you
right,
learn a lot in
right.
this. Man, they did a great. It's the best job I've ever seen.
Absolutely,
Of this is the best historical fiction I've ever
absolutely,
seen.
absolutely,
They even mentioned
absolutely.
Mount Bayou,
Yes, it.
Mississippi,
Tell
and
them.
in the building of independent black towns.
And baby, you taught the children on Mount Bayou a couple of weeks
Just a
prior.
couple of weeks ago, we did a whole
Look at
lesson.
God, as
We
we
did a
say.
whole lesson on independent black towns that were built
Hmm.
during Reconstruction.
And that
You
was
know what I'm
one
saying?
of them.
And Mount Bayou was one of them. 1884, Isaiah T. Montgomery, and they mentioned Mount Bayou in the film within a whole dialogue of
Yes,
him trying to save the young brother. Say, man,
yes.
the smoke.
Oh,
So
it's like,
now,
yeah.
even though the cousins pull them in the streets,
Hmm.
when shit start jumping off, the
Hmm.
cousin tell them one cause saying, "I
Right.
don't want you in
I
this
don't want
life."
you in.
Go down to Mount Bayou,
Hmm.
start a church like your daddy
Yeah.
down there with them proper black folk. Man, if
Hmm.
y'all look up Mount Bayou,
Hmm.
Mississippi,
Hmm.
you gonna find
Right.
that was a real
Right.
black town.
Right.
So
Right.
that was dope.
Absolutely.
That
It's
was dope, man.
very
I
dope.
loved it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Look at brother Knowledge Born say, bring all the
Yeah,
spoilers.
yeah, 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 yeah. Man,
I'm
let's make it
down.
happen.
Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. You
Let's
know, we
do
got
it.
love for Do the Knowledge
Absolutely.
Radio.
All
You know what I'm
day. All
saying?
day, every
Yeah,
day.
so we'll definitely bring the spoilers.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that Knowledge Born Allah. Shout out to you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
But
yeah, a lot of historical nuggets and jewels
yes.
inside of this film. You
Yes.
know, the vampire is Irish. When the
Mm-hmm.
Irish first came here,
Mm-hmm.
it was like they're the N
They were
words
the
of Europe, you know,
yes.
and they were
Yes.
indentured and
Yes.
enslaved and
Yes.
all of that. And
Yes.
so to prevent the Irish and blacks from unifying,
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons that they created whiteness.
Yes.
The rich Europeans created whiteness to keep poor whites and poor blacks from
Mm-hmm.
unifying,
From
and
unifying.
also to keep rich white heiresses from hiring black bucks. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
marrying black bucks,
Oh.
cause if you inherited, if your husband died, you inherited his riches in the 1600s. And who y'all think Miss Anne was picking before black and white was a thing?
Oh.
Come on now. Come on
Oh.
now. I'm just saying, we got that stroke didn't come in the 90s, y'all. It's been as ancient, you know what I'm
Come on.
saying? So,
Right.
yeah. Shannon should have been living back then. Maybe he would have picked that. But anyway, I'm
No,
gonna
he
leave it
would have been a
alone.
bug.
Yeah, you enslave me,
Dumb
please.
bug.
Like,
Right.
I don't want to enslave you. I also want to be enslaved. Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna leave
Anyway,
Shannon alone.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
do that another
Choose
time.
back. We'll do that another time, right? But yeah. So a lot of historical truths in the movie as well.
Absolutely. I really, the lessons that were learned, it's not, please go in it. I know the word sinners makes you think that they're, it's criminalizing or villainizing us as a black people, or there's something that's it is not. It brings such, once you are able to go watch it, then we can tell it fully. I could talk about it, but it's a whole totally different meaning. It has not. I mean,
Right.
I don't even know how to explain how sinners came up in that.
Well,
You know
well,
what I'm
well, they
saying?
all are sinners in the movie, and it's about balance to me,
Right.
because there are no angels in this film.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If
See.
there's one, it would be Annie. Closest thing to someone living by a
Right.
set, of
Right.
spiritual
Right.
principles or whatever. But even the twins lived by principles,
Yes,
but
they
it was
did.
about survival
Yes, they
though.
did.
But so that it included lying.
It
It
did.
included murder.
It
It
did.
included larceny.
It
Da-da-da,
did.
but they was robbing them other folks. So it's all in how
Robin
you
Hood.
it's all in how you look at it. You see what I'm saying? It was about balance and about us operating in our sin.
Right.
You got the dynamic, the
Right.
church over here. Them folks in that church look miserable.
They did.
I'm just saying
They
they
look.
was in there, but
Yeah.
the mood in the church like, mm, mm, And it was like, here's the spiritual side that's gonna help keep you out there in the field. That you gotta believe that Jesus is with you. This is what gets you up in the morning, but this is what's gonna help. The juke joint is what's gonna help you sleep at night.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think that for me, listening to you talk about it was like the understanding. They were disconnected. They were not really in tune with life, because you're really trying to trick yourself into believing that I'm good, I'm saved, I'm better.
And you have
even
to.
when your life experience is something totally different.
Yeah, but you have to.
I understand that,
You
but at the
almost
same
have
time,
to in
you
order
got
to
to
endure it.
live too with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. But I remember studying in the circle, "Let the Circle Be Unbroken" with Mama Marimba Ani.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That even in that church dynamic, we were bringing African cultural
Absolutely.
magic
No.
that was essential
Absolutely.
to our survival. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And
Absolutely.
our mental survival,
Absolutely.
or we would have been out of balance.
No,
You know what I'm
see.
saying? We would have been so out of balance. If you just had juke joint group
Right.
work,
Oh yeah.
you may
Absolutely.
be out of balance.
Because
I'm not
that's dealing with the dark side, as they would say. And it's not dark as an evil. It's just
right,
that
right,
little that not so good energy.
right,
That not
right.
so, you know what I'm
But
saying.
the only
But
thing
then,
about the church, babe, is as I think about it,
uh-huh.
it was poison too. Though
Yes, it was. About what?
we invited white Jesus
Yes,
in,
we did, boo.
you invited European Jesus, so the church is already turned.
The vampire is already
The
been
church is already turned. It's
Wait a minute,
already
because he was
turned.
saying this ain't no spoiler, but it was. He continued to say the Irish vampire. That's all right. We're one mind. I know what they say. I know what they think. They know what I think. We're all in that church. We all one mind.
Yeah, yeah. It was the same dynamic, except that vampire is on the cross.
He ain't bite me.
Yeah, he ain't bite you, but he keeps you from fighting your oppressor. He keeps you from truly
That's good
liberating
stuff.
yourself.
That's
You know
good
what I'm
stuff.
saying?
That's
So
good
it's
stuff.
poison. The essence of your spirituality is real,
Right.
but it's but the vehicle you're doing it through is poison.
Right.
Hip hop is poisoned right now.
Right. It is. It
The
is.
messages is
Right.
poison,
It
right?
is.
So ooh,
So you
yeah,
got to say the real sinners
I
were
see
the.
it. You just vote for that to be up there. Let's see
I'm
it.
just.
No,
I like
yeah,
to give it
yeah, yeah,
gaze.
yeah.
Those who put themselves in positions to be.
Ashe,
Yeah.
Ashe,
I agree.
Ashe.
I agree. I
And,
agree.
and it's a trip though, because our reality here has dictated that you got to walk amongst the vampires to
Got to
build.
navigate it.
Remember the vampire was trying to get they was biting him, trying to convince him to let them in and say, these people ain't gonna never let you build nothing. These
Sure
folks ain't gonna
did.
never let you
He
build
sure
anything.
did.
Every time you build it, they gonna
They
come in
gonna
and destroy it.
destroy.
They only sold you this so they can come back and kill you. They don't want you to build anything.
Come on. And see, we'll get caught up. The other thing is too is like we'll get caught up in it's like we'll be like I take the lesser of two evils instead of just standing up and standing
Yeah.
straight. But and then we're not, and then we'll say I don't want to deal with that one that's like overtly
Right.
just like run, 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 run. But I'll
Right.
take it from the one who pretend. Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing?
You don't want honest racism. We want dishonest racism.
Right.
Right.
And then you won't know when they come to back to get you.
Right. We and that's that vampire.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a trick because you look at it, the overt racists in our country are the white evangelicals. They like the Klan is a Christian organization.
Yes, it is.
So that dynamic, like the church the daddy's in, right? That dynamic is in your face, right? But here comes the vampire who pretends to be your what? Friend.
Your equal,
Your
your partner.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the Jewish managers and all that, like you bring it fast forward, the entertainment business, they pretend to be your friend.
That's right.
They
That's right.
both are exploiting
That's
you,
right.
suppressing you,
That's
controlling you in a way that benefits them. That dynamic is there, man.
Absolutely.
You can see the prayer. Look at Bill Cosby, right? Look at how, like I think what's his name, Eddie Griffith said, you can't die clean if you're a powerful black man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't die clean.
Right.
They ultimately, gonna snatch that.
Absolutely.
And so it man, all the dynamic, that whole dynamic is in there.
It's a movie that will We're outside, y'all, in the country, so we hear all these things. So that's just one of our stray cats that's coming to
Just
visit
singing.
some of our home cats, our on the farm cats. Anyway, this movie is you're going to thoroughly enjoy it.
Right.
And you're going to learn at the same time. You're going to be reminded at the same time. You're going to be encouraged.
Right.
And that's why I enjoyed this. You're going to be really, I was joyful watching the things that I was able to relate to. I'm like, oh, that's how they brought that in there. Da, da, da. And just, it was dope.
Right.
So go into it enjoying it. And like I said, those who are scary and say, I don't want to watch it because it's so scary. No, you're not going to, you only get maybe 10, 15 minutes of
But
that.
it is scary though. This is
Okay,
scary.
the whole movie is scary.
Yeah, no,
But it's
even
not
them
what you
15
think.
minutes, even when it jump
Even
off.
when the jump off. It's
The
some good
jump
stuff
scares are
too,
great.
though.
So if you
Oh, it's so
enjoy
good.
scary movies, horror
Like
movies,
I do.
you're gonna enjoy it. We
That was
talking
so
about
great.
what stand out to us, but this movie is not boring. It doesn't over explain anything.
No, it doesn't.
It's full of intrigue,
It's
action,
comedy in
great
there.
script, great
Little
music, comedy's in
wittiness.
there. All that's in
Yes.
there is not boring at all. Don't be afraid to check it out. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard like some Christians, black Christians, like, no, that movie demonic. Da, da, da. But, first I'm be like, you watch The Exorcist, Damien, Omen, all that. But what I will say, don't be afraid of it.
No.
What our ancestors did before we adopt or before Christianity was forced upon us, right, should not be demonized. They
At
were
all.
not evil, right? And if you can practice Christianity and celebrate Easter, that means that you don't mind putting a pagan culture and combining it with your spirituality. So what you have to ask yourself, is the problem paganism or is the problem culture? Have you taught to be ashamed of your own culture, but accept somebody? If you can do Jesus in Halloween, Jesus in Santa Claus, Jesus in Easter, you can do Jesus in Shango. You can do Jesus in Yemiya. You can do Jesus in Oshun.
Right.
And so Jesus in Yoruba, right? And so that's something that I want my Christian brothers and sisters to think about. Why does this bother me? And why, when I look at African spirituality and roots, why do I think that's automatically evil?
Right.
But I just got through Easter egg hunting.
Mm.
And you don't even know who Easter is. You think the Easter name of a day.
And they call a little hidden images, the Where's Waldo stuff. They call it Easter eggs now. When you put,
But they call them what?
They call them Easter eggs. When you hide something in plain sight.
Yeah.
That's,
So Easter was a sex goddess, an ancient European sex goddess. Okay, the fancy people say fertility.
Fertility.
And the ironic part is when we say, stop doing that shit. You paying homage to a pagan sex goddess. We turn around and say, but it's for the kids. Think about what you're saying. Right?
Right.
But
what
we
you
can't
give it to kids.
Yeah.
What you give it
But
to
if I bring up voodoo or voodoo, you know what I'm saying? That's demonic. You gonna send us to hell. How does sex goddess get saved?
Well, that's why we got the culture and
Yeah.
hip hop that we have now.
Come on, man. Come on.
It's for the kids.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you. And it's a trip because we do look at hip hop, even when it's drill, like it's for the kids. So what are we saying?
Yeah.
We are demonizing our own children.
And we are also disconnecting. That's not us anymore.
That's not us.
Them.
That's them. But we call it us. But that part of it ain't us. And I think this movie shows that the part of the music that's us, you know what I'm saying, is that energy, that feeling.
Right.
The part that gets poisoned is when we start spitting somebody else's cultural norms.
Right. It's the
Peace,
authenticity.
Latricia. We love you too.
Peace, Latricia.
Yeah. Original Butler baby right there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all. Good stuff.
It was great. I don't, and we're gonna come back. Like I said, we try to give y'all opportunity to go watch it before I break, because I can break this down like frame for frame. There's so much stuff that I enjoy.
Right.
However, we just wanted to really put the information out there and just come to you and let you know it's okay. Go watch it. Go see for yourself. Don't ever be the one to be like, "Ooh, they said." Well, how do you really know?
Right.
Go watch it for yourself.
Oh, I see you
Go.
switch the camera.
And you
Oh,
know, I'm good with that.
good.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go to the poop. You know what I'm saying? Poop need to come back here. Poop. You know what I'm saying? I'm just flexing a little bit.
Yeah, but just go see for yourself and engage in the dialogue. Allow yourself to really get involved in the movie.
Right.
It's not witchcraft. It's not gonna drip pull you in. You're gonna go have nightmares and all that kind of stuff. Ain't nobody's gonna take over your life. That's those are fictional characters and fictional energy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The real energy is what they're what the vampires were attracted to, and that's what you need to be attracted to, so you can be more connected with your people, with your ancestors, and that's what my thoughts on that is. Go watch it and then come back so we can talk about it. I'm one of them. I need somebody to talk with me. Come on.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's right, Latricia. You safe haven, Southside. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all and Butler are cousins, like literally cousins. Cause everybody I knew in Butler had a cousin on the South Side, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Safe haven in the house.
Oh,
you know, rest in power, McCree Lester. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Hey, y'all. This has been a great discussion. We could keep this thing. We could keep it going because I got some shit I want to say right now.
Say it real quick.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get into it. I want to do it justice. But this is an excellent film. I do want to say be on the lookout. Those of you who will follow us on Facebook and YouTube, I will be announcing dates for our next adult Black History class.
Sure.
You take this class, this movie will take on a whole new meaning.
A whole new meaning.
In every movie with us in it, and with them in it, will take on a whole new meaning because your perspective
will be like that.
You know what I'm saying? Will be like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have an adult African history class. I haven't done one in about a year, but it's a fantastic class. It's long overdue. So I'll be announcing that soon. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah.
And I'm going to be coming up and debuting Uhuru Mama moments with the Uhuru Mama, and that's just me really diving and digging into the atrocities and the injustices in Black maternal health, and really in talking about different ways we traditionally birth, different ways we traditionally give a life to our children, and how we go through it, and what we can do to advocate for ourselves. It's all about education and reminding each other of what we already have in us and what we were sent here to do. So I'll have the Uhuru moments. Visit me at www.uhurumama.com. Do I have to say that WWE anymore?
No, you don't. Most people just type uhurumama.com, or they'll just don't say the www.
That's how y'all say what generation I'm from.
Yeah, the original internet generation. From the dial-up generation of it, you know what I'm saying? Net and zeros, you know what I'm saying?
That's what we do. Okay. But also watch out for me every other Tuesday for Meeting of the Mothers with my sister Fatumisha Oshintola. She's the founder of Oshun Sacred Healing House, and also Wild Warrior Women's that I come every other Wednesday, where I'm talking about just the most authentic, beautiful wildness, warriorship of women, Black women, and talking about the journeys of those women. So just just join me there. I have a YouTube channel. Everything is under Uhuru Academy. It's all Uhuru. It's all freedom. So that's what we are. You know what I'm saying? So anything that you have inquiries about, you can inbox us, email us or whatever, or just look out on Baba Amin's channel, Uhuru Academy for YouTube, or Ifayemi Nkoyo Binah, and you'll get that stuff. So I appreciate y'all. I know it's been a while, but we've been busy. As a teaching boss, I'm in the classroom, so summer's coming up, so we're gonna have plenty of free time.
Y'all see us gearing up, right? When you start seeing us, y'all still start seeing us streaming. That means summer's coming.
It's coming.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So be looking now. We love enjoying and sharing this time with y'all. I always encourage you to get y'all drink, get your shit. I ain't gonna tell you what's in there. That's lemonade, Calypso, but anyway. But however, come in, join in the fellowship, join in the conversation. Please don't just be in the comments. If y'all bold enough, jump on that link that we're gonna share and come hop on.
I ain't even sure it though.
We didn't do it this time, but I'm just saying.
I'm gonna do it next time. Yeah, okay. One production faux pas. It's allowed. One production faux pas allowed here, but I'm gonna get it down.
It's all good.
I'm gonna get it next
I
time.
appreciate those of you who have joined us I appreciate it. Again, like, share, comment, hit the notifications button so you can be back here and share the replay with somebody. Say so, go back and watch
and we're gonna
again.
slice it up. So they're gonna be snippets out there as well from this episode. And yeah, y'all be on the lookout. We getting it together. Shout out to Miss Israel as well. All right, cool. Yeah, so y'all say he gonna jump in next time.
They need something from y'all.
Y'all replay. I put that up there. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get something shout out.
Yes, come on in.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, we're gonna do that. And yeah, we this has been good.
Wonderful. It's been a great day. I mean, the weather is perfect. We're out here on the porch. No mosquito bites. I'm cool. I'm not freezing. It's good. Right. I just had to go to the restroom one time, but I'm gonna try to work on that too.
And we share some music in the beginning. I'm gonna share some music here at the end. As we go out. You know what I'm saying, and relax and enjoy the rest of our night.
Joining. He say, she say.
I love this black woman,
and I love this black man.
Yo, we out of
here.
Peace. All right.
Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur, what the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see? I'm Garvey when I rap a bar. Every line is a black star. I'm masterful cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar. My attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Yakanan. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dumb?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Nkoyo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carry no scandal. I ain't scary, got ammo. Harry tough with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga. Nefertiti and Queen Amina. Hafshasset and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, deep safe. Winnie Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Miss Fanny Lou, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better survive, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might say this shit gon' happen. I'm on shoot, I'm blessed the altar. I'm Nivea, I bless Walter. I'm Olakuna, I drive my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse the stars. Show now.
And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What tongue did you speak? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you as dumb as you are right now?
Yeah, time to stand up. Yeah, take your rightful place. Soldiers, kings, God, yeah, fathers, soldiers, kings, God, yeah, yeah. I wrote this for the alpha males, the OGs
G's and the real kings. Can't rap about what I ain't about, cause real G's do real things. Players know that I fight for mine, I'm RPG, ooh hoodoo gang. Banging on that slave mind like Haiti when the voodoo came. This for my OG niggas who survive streets but love the block. This for my professional brothers with 6 figures and a bunch of stock. This for G's who got grandbabies and a main lady with stretch marks. We know the struggle, seen it all. Took a fall but got a fresh start. Let me tell y'all the best part. They tried to kill us, we still alive. I'm from Murder Work, Gangsta Turf, where a G ain't supposed to see 25. This for the ones that touched the pen, came home and didn't go insane. Crips, Bloods, and whoever bang. All the brothers who never slain. All the homies who bump screw. UGK and Twisted Black. Chest out, we done came through. Whatever you lost, go get it back. What I spit ain't for the youth. Nah, I built the school for that. I'm a grown man, I talk to kings. Black power who true to that. Fathers, soldiers, kings, God, take your voice. Soldiers, kings, God, take your voice. Soldiers, kings, God, take your voice. Soldiers, kings, God. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. All you gotta do is take your place. All you gotta do is take your place. This one for the seasoned vet, done seen death throughout my life. Cats who know about sacrifice. Borrowed time but paid the price. Hard times done came up. Fell off, then gave up. Came back, now your impact. So pro-black and dangerous. In chains they bring us. From trees they hang us. Whip us and main us. But still can't tame us. Shit bad they blame us. Plant dope and frame us. Rich, broke, or fame us. Why? Cause they ain't us. Hang niggas I can't trust. Field niggas will lie to. Pepperwood way cross town. Black snake right by you. RBG we teach the code. Banging for Uhuru. Put the system in a stranglehold. Rest in peace Mutulu. I don't flow about silly shit. Made too many major moves for that. Some of my folk is really sick. Ain't really much I can do for that. Talking to the OGs when I spit. You broke and it ain't no excuse for that. We grown men, we need ownership. Black power who true to that. Fathers, soldiers, kings, God, take your voice. Soldiers, kings, God, take your place. Soldiers, kings, God, take your voice. Soldiers, kings, God. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. All you gotta do is take your place. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. Ain't no stopping you, black man. All you gotta do is take your place. All you gotta do is take your place.